Okay, first things first. Warning. Disclaimer. I am not an electrical engineer. I do not work for Sena, or Sena, however you want to pronounce it. And I am just doing this because, out of necessity, this is what I need this product to do for me. And so, if you happen to follow these directions, no matter if you follow them exactly or sort of or whatever, if you happen to blow your headset up or cause global warfare to erupt, I will not be held accountable. I'm telling you right now. It's on YouTube, so it must be legal. So you go and do this at your own risk. I've been running this for a while now, and it's been working out for me. But your situation, it could be dangerous. It could be different. But anyways, enough of that. I'm going to tell you exactly what I did. So tools that you're going to need: a very small Phillips screwdriver, as in the size, well, look, flip your unit over and look at it. You see how big that little screw is? There's 2 screws in the back there. You're going to need a screwdriver that size to get those off. You're also going to need a wire stripper, which is like a pair of pliers, but it has little indentations that you can fit different gauges of wire in to strip wire. You're going to need, that's a good girl, you're going to need some clear silicone. Not much, you just got a little bit kicking around, it doesn't take much. And you're going to obviously need a microphone that you can attach to, because that's the whole thing about this whole hack. It's using a microphone that is more in keeping with ambient sound than the Sena, which is designed specifically to isolate your voice from the surrounding ambient sound. But as motovloggers and as adventure riders and as dirt bike riders, we actually want to hear our bikes in the video. That's part of the video. Alright, I'm going to break this hack down for you in a couple very simple steps. First, take your SMH10 off your helmet and remove the mounting plate. The mounting plate is the one that is inside your helmet that is held together by 2 Allen head screws. Remove those. Now you're looking at the back of the SMH10. Now you'll see where the microphone, the stock Sena microphone, is coming into the unit. There's a little collar that slips over the end of it that attaches it to and holds it steady to the actual Sena unit. We need to grab onto that with a pair of pliers. Gently. You don't want to reef on it, and you want to slowly spin it back and forth and break the adhesion that is holding it. Once you've spun it a little bit, then slowly start applying pressure and pull it away from the Sena unit so it slides down the microphone. Once that's off, now we can remove the 2 screws that are visible. There they are, good. And pull back the padding on each side of the back plate, and you can remove those screws as well. There are 4 screws in total. They are very small, they're very delicate. Please don't lose them, you will need them later. Once you've removed the screws, now the plate on the back will come off and it will expose, you will see the wires from the microphone attaching to the Sena unit. Looks very uncomplicated, doesn't it? I pictured it to be a little bit more NASA-like, more space pod-ish. Alright, now you're going to take your soldering iron, soldering gun, whatever you have. You're going to touch it after making note of what color the wire is that's going to the positive and negative on your unit, which should be, I think, the white. Well, I'm not even going to say it because I'm not looking at it right now. Just make note. Touch your soldering gun on it, remove both wires, and then attach whatever microphone you choose to use. And I am using my Audio-technica 3350. Solder that in place carefully. You don't need a lot of solder. Now do everything in reverse. Put the plate back on, put the 4 screws in, And before you slide the little coupler back on, take a little bit of clear silicone and put a little bit inside where the wire from your microphone goes into the unit. And what that will do is offer a little bit more pull resistance, but also water resistance, so the water won't go up the microphone line and get into the electronics. Once that's there, put a little bit of silicone, just a little bit, on the housing, and slide that coupler back over top of it. It'll act as a bit of an adhesive because there's not as much, the microphone that you just took off had a heavier sheath around it, provided a little bit of resistance. Anyways, and there you go. That's it. That is the whole deal. Easy peasy. Yeah, it took me about 20 minutes just because I took it quite slow. I didn't want to mess something up. I wasn't sure what I'd be looking at. So yeah, take your time. Let me know how it works for you, and I'm sure I'll hear you if you plan on changing out microphones. It does make a difference, and this is what you're listening to right now. If you don't remember, what it did sound like with the stock SMH was this. In fact, the faster you can go across this bridge, the better. And there's a reason, and that is the bridge is made out of metal grate. And when you ride on it, it feels like you're driving on ice. That is my hack. Quite simple, doable for pretty much anybody that wants to do it. And sound quality for motovlogging, adventure riding, dirt bike riding is much more acceptable to what we're accustomed to, what we're used to hearing. So thanks for riding with me. We'll talk to you later.